Howdy freeze dryers, we've done it. We've made it to day 7. We're eating only freeze dried food for 7 days in a row, 21 meals, only freeze dried. And today I've saved some of the best for last. And I'm so glad that you could join me today because we're making history here today. This is freeze drying history in the making. No one else has ever recorded on YouTube and documented on YouTube 21 meals in a row of freeze-dried food, especially home freeze-dried food. Today's menu is gonna be great. We have wild apple sauce for breakfast, and I've been looking forward to this one. That's why I saved it for the last day. We have a mystery bag. Why do I know it's a mystery? Because it says mystery on it. Because I forgot to label what was in here. It's very old, I know that. I might be having something gross, or I might be having something grand. For dinner, speaking of grand, I have an extremely old Harvest Right bag. This is the first type of Harvest Right bag. That's how you know it's old. From 2019, this says pork burger. So I'm gonna make a cheeseburger out of this, and I'm gonna make some mashed potatoes. And this challenge is gonna be a wrap. Today's breakfast, a little on the lighter side. You can see that these are freeze-dried in cubes. That's super cool. Vacuum sealed also. These were wild apples from September of 22. I still remember where we picked these. We're gonna give these a splash of water in day 7, and meal 19 will be underway. Woo-wee! Not off to a bad start for breakfast. This browning is pretty normal in homemade applesauce. So much more flavor and sweetness than store-bought, and it's freeze-dried and it rehydrates beautifully. Before we rehydrate this next meal, make sure you check out freezedryingsupplies.com. All of these meals and my previous recipe videos were all made using freezedryingsupplies.com accessories. Now let's dive into this mystery bag. What is in here? This is a great reminder of why you need to label your bags. Your guess is as good as mine. Could be breakfast related, it could be lunch related, it could be snack related. And it looks like I lucked out because I think it's cream of mushroom soup. I can see the mushroom stems in there. I can see the creaminess that's kind of freeze-dried and then solidified into chunks. I don't know when it was freeze-dried. The great thing about freeze-drying is it really doesn't matter because I know it's not so old that I can't eat it. But don't do what I do, label your freeze-dried food. But this is gonna make a perfect final freeze-drying day lunch. Well, I got lucky. This couldn't have gone any better. It's a lunch menu item, and it's mushroom soup, which is delicious. All the chunks of mushrooms do really well. This, just like some of the past videos, it is a creaminess thing and a dairy thing, so you need to make sure that the creaminess is powdered. Otherwise, you need to really agitate this to get any kind of grittiness or chunkiness out of it. But once you do, it's totally smooth, and you can't beat homemade cream of mushroom soup. Look how awesome those chunks of mushrooms rehydrated. Look at the creaminess of the soup, and that just rehydrated to perfection. There's no way you can tell this is several years old. There's no way you can tell it's freeze-dried. It tastes like it was just made. Something to note, all of these recipes that we're rehydrating can be found at the freezedryingcookbook.com. These are all past recipes that we have done in prior videos over the course of the last 8+ years. So if you want some free recipes and an all-access pass to today's recipes and many, many others, make sure you check out the freezedryingcookbook.com. Well, we've made it to meal 21, day 7, meal 21. This is my final freeze-dried meal in my series of eating only freeze-dried food for 7 days. And it's gonna be a doozy because we have one of the oldest things in my freeze-drying supply, which is from, looks like March of 2019. Pork burger, which in my opinion is way better than hamburger for making burgers. And we're gonna make some sweet potato / potato mashed potatoes to go along with it. 50-50 sweet potato mashed potatoes. Taters should whip up really easy. Pork burger from 2019. One really important thing to note when you're doing meat like this is you need to mark or at least be aware that this is still raw. So you treat it just like you would raw burger that you got out of the fridge or that you brought home from the store. Nothing changes, it's not been cooked. For burger, you just wanna add in water very slowly. You wanna knead it into a patty or however you're cooking it like you normally would, and then if you need to add more water, just keep slowly adding water into it. The burger's all rehydrated. It can be a little tricky to get it to stick together. So you need something as a binder, definitely with pork burger and probably also sometimes with hamburger. And I'll show you my little trick. I like to make an egg. You can use just a regular egg, or you can do a freeze-dried egg, or you can use breadcrumbs, but you definitely will want some kind of binder so it sticks together. It's turning out pretty good. There's a couple of little spots that are kind of falling apart. I'm gonna put some cheese on it and we will plate it. There's our burger. You can see it's a little bit different color than hamburger. Pork burger is quite a bit lighter. It almost looks like sausage. A little bit of ketchup. We'll add some mashed potatoes. Here's the moment we've all been waiting 7 years for. Rehydrated, 7-year-old pork burger made into a cheeseburger. There's the inside. It looks pretty gosh darn normal. I will say pork burger definitely has a different texture. Hamburger does rehydrate a little bit better than pork burger. I don't think this is because it's 7 years old. I think mainly it's just because it is pork burger. Our sweet potato mashed potatoes are spot on like they always are. These basically make an instant mashed potato. And with that, that is the end of our 7 days. This is my 21st meal in a row. Only freeze-dried food. I appreciate you hanging with me through these 7 days. It's been a fun journey. It's been really fun to go through all of my freeze-dried food that's especially the stuff that's 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 years old. So if you've been on the fence buying a freeze dryer, I would say that this 7 days and 21 meals of freeze-dried food in a row can definitely prove to you that it is very viable in your long-term storage and can really prove to be economical in the long run. Hey, you! Are you unlocking your full potential as a freeze dryer? If you're not signed up for the freeze drying community email list, you're missing out on pro freeze drying tips and freeze dryer giveaways, the latest sales, inspirational people in the freeze drying community, as well as invaluable food storage recipes. And most important, unlocking your inner freeze drying guru. Click the first link in the description to get signed up.